Return to Sleepaway Camp is about a character named Alan that we follow who actually gets bullied by a lot of the other kids and even some of the adults. And there is actually killings going all around while he's being bullied. Hey everybody, welcome to the fourth movie of this franchise, which is going to be very confusing when I get to the next one of Sleepaway Camp 4. But anyways here, so if you didn't see my video in the original Sleepaway Camp, I'll just repeat it here, is I've watched this movie once before, maybe about a year or two ago. Did not really care for it. I really was not thrilled with it one bit. Now on my second watch, has that actually changed at all because I know what to expect now compared to the first one? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned and see if I actually have broke a little bit and maybe have liked this a little bit better. So starting with the likes, let's go with some of the characters here. I'm very happy about seeing some of the returning characters that we actually get in here. We get Ronnie back in, which is really cool. I mean, yes, this movie's supposed to take place exactly 20 years after the original. And this was filmed back, I think, in 2003, if I'm correct here. So he's a little older here, so he's not wearing the short shorts as he was wearing when he was a much younger man there. Great seeing Ricky as an adult here, seeing Angela as an adult. And I also like seeing Isaac Hayes, who plays Chef, I think Chef Charles, which always made me laugh since he played Chef in the animated TV show South Park. And of course, probably some of their movies too. So really cool actually seeing him here. There is a paintball game going on in this one particular scene that, I'll say this, at first I thought, oh, it's just another, Alan being bullied and all that there. And unfortunately, it kind of finishes that way. But I kind of like some of the middle part of the paintball game going on. It almost felt like there was a little bit of like a nice little action scene in this particular movie here. So it's kind of nice actually seeing something like that. And the final like is actually going to be, there's one kill that I really like, and all I'm going to actually call this is a bunk bed kill. And I actually thought that was executed really well. And moving on to the dislikes. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is one particular character, and that's Alan, the guy that we actually follow throughout this movie who's being bullied. We're supposed to be rooting and cheering and liking this guy, and there's no way in hell I'd ever do that because he's annoying as hell. He's a bully himself. He's a crybaby. He's an asshole. He's a dick. He's definitely not likable in any single way. I'm not interested in this character. He's not relatable in any way. And like I said, I'm just not engaged with this character one single bit here. When it comes to the other characters in here, they all do a horrible job. Even the people I talked about with the nostalgia, bringing back people from the original, or even Isaac Hayes, it feels like that nobody, maybe except Ronnie here or there a little bit, feels like that nobody has anything good going on. It's just a huge waste of a movie here, waste of my time here. Ricky and Angela, they're acting as bad, and they're wasted in this movie. It's like, why'd you bring them back? Probably except for like nostalgia, and that's all we really got. I really hated that there. This was definitely a bad story. I didn't like the script. I didn't like the director who actually directed the original, especially when he comes back and he says this is the true sequel. This is actually Sleepaway Camp 2. The original doesn't count. I hate when movies do that. I know the biggest franchise, I haven't reviewed it yet, is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's always like from the third movie on, well, maybe other than the remake, is like, okay, this is the true sequel to the original, not the Dennis Hopper one. It's like, no, don't do that, seriously. But also this director has actually taken some inspiration, I guess we're going to call it that, from his original movie with maybe one or two deaths and maybe just other stuff that's going on where you're like, oh, I remember that from the original, saying, well, see, we did it good then, we do it good now. And it's like, no, you actually did not. Especially when it came to the kills, even if you take away the one or two that they kind of like copied from the original, just different actors playing them. I did not like the kills. They were weak as hell, and I actually thought that Sleepaway Camp 3 was very bad with their weak kills. I got to apologize because I really say that, those kills were at least practical for the most part. This one has some practical ones. I'm fine with that there, which is great. But they're just so boring kills. There's also some CGI kills in here, and you can tell how bad it really is. And I'm just like, that's just, it takes me out of the movie for sure. It's a short movie. It's like 85, 90 minutes long, but it drags. It feels like it's like double its runtime there because it's like there's not an interesting person. It's not an interesting story one bit. Whatever's going on here, this is just horrible for what we actually get here. Another thing is that they try to make this a mystery of who the killer really is. Now, if you know this franchise, even if you haven't really seen all the movies, especially if you just saw the first one and never saw any of the sequels, including this one, you know who the bad guy is going to be. And then the final dislike is going to be, did anybody know that there was a post-credit scene? And it was just one of the most stupidest things in the world. I thought maybe they were trying to do something like kind of an open ending, because if they were going to come up and make more sequels, which I don't know if the director was attempting to do that, but it just felt like the post-credit scene was such a waste, like everything else. It felt like it made no sense. Why would you do it on that there? But it's what it was. Return to Sleepaway Camp, I'm going to go a half a star out of 4. What did you think about this movie? Do you like it all? Do you like it better than me? Do you actually hate it worse than me? I'll be kind of curious. Give me a comment down below. We shall discuss it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.